it's me, Jessica Perez-Beebe, the coach's coach, and all month in June, I am sharing a common mistake that new coaches, new online coaches / business owners make, and what you can do instead. So I've already shared the first two common mistakes, which are thinking that you need to have a website and branding and all of that before you get started. And then the second one is trying to have everything figured out before you get started. So you can see those two videos here on my Instagram page at iamjessicaperezbeebe.com. So what is the third most common mistake that new online coaches in business make? And it is this one, which is funny because here I am sharing with you on social media, but it is a mistake to rely on social media for building your audience. And what I mean by building your audience is, like, I'll say it the way one of my former coaches, Shanda Sumter, used to say, is your buyer's list. Now, I know as a coach, it sounds kind of weird to think of people as buyers, but really that is how you grow your coaching business, right? You have to have people hire you in order to have a coaching business, not just a hobby where you're giving people advice. By the way, giving advice is not coaching. That's a whole other video. But relying on social media to get business is the wrong way to go about it. And I see a lot of people trying to do this. And then there's this frustration, wondering like why your business isn't growing, why people aren't taking action. You might even have a lot of followers, right? You may have thousands of followers, tens, 20,000 followers. You may have engagement, but none of that equals potential buyers. And here's the reason. Social media is open to everyone. It's open to everyone. So there's no way for you to actually filter who's in your community, who's watching your videos, who's commenting, who's posting, who's absorbing your content. You don't know what percentage of those people are actually ideal clients, right? You don't know what percentage of those people actually have the problem that you're wanting to solve. So while they might like you, they think you're funny, they think you're pretty, they're commenting and all of that, that does not mean in any way that they are going to end up being customers or clients of yours. Okay. And that's important for you to know, because people get so caught up in like vanity numbers on social media. And you tend to think, if you see somebody with a 20,000 plus following, that, oh my gosh, they must be getting, all of their business through there. And it's really not the case at all. I don't know what the most recent numbers are, but it's something like less than 1% of people that are following you on your social media sites are going to become paid customers. So that's really important for you to know when you're building your business. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't be visible on social media? Absolutely not. You want to be visible on social media. It's really impossible to really, get yourself known and build that know, like, and trust factor, have that authority, have that relatability these days for a coaching business online if you don't have a social media presence. So you do need that, but that is not where you want to rely on business, okay? So have I had clients through social media? Absolutely. I've had people reach out to me in DMs that I didn't even know were following me, right? You don't know who's like lurking behind the scenes. Typically, the people who will find you on social media and work with you really probably aren't even engaging with you. They're just kind of watching behind the scenes, but they most likely are also seeing you somewhere else. So maybe you've been on a couple podcasts or an interview that they heard you on. Maybe they're on your email list or someone else's email list, and that person introduced you. And so they started following you on social media. That typically tends to be the way that it is. So yes, you can get customers through social media, but you don't want to rely on it. Not for a coaching business. Could it be possibly different for someone who's teaching social media, right? Like I have a friend who teaches social media, teaches Instagram. She's probably getting a good amount of clients through Instagram because she's showing, what she does through Instagram. She's helping people solve a problem that is specific to the medium that she's on. Okay, so I don't want to get too sidetracked with that. But I also know that she does exactly what I'm about to share with you as her main source of building her business. And it is what has remained, I think, in the last 10 years as the number one way to build your online business, and it's email. Plain and simple, it's email. Again, don't start messaging me saying, like in the comments, like, I got clients through social media, I know that. I have too, and I continue to. But the majority of my business has been built through email, and almost every single person I talk to who has a business, right? They're making profit, consistent income. They have a community of followers. They have systems. They're not, just having a client here and there. So they have a successful business. Everybody is using their email list. I've been coaching with Brendan Burchard for a couple of years, and he's like, the number one personal development person in the online space next to Tony Robbins. But in terms of marketing online, he's number one. And he says, regardless of how many social media followers he has, email is still his number one way, and that his email list is worth millions if somebody were to purchase it versus somebody taking, his Instagram followers. It's just not the same. Email converts way higher than social media. So it's really important for you to know that. So the way that you could do this is, yes, have your social media following and show up there consistently, just like you will in your email list. But primarily when you're getting started, you want to build your email list. That's where you want to put all your focus and attention. And then you can invite people from your email list over to your social media and vice versa. Okay, so if you're just starting, like the only other way would be to spend a lot of money on ads. And that's not a smart way to start a coaching business for a number of reasons, right? It's a lot of upfront money, and it takes a lot of experimenting with ads to get it right. So unless you have lots of money, I'm talking $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 that you're willing to lose in ads and or in hiring a team for a portion of that and the rest be ad spend, then that's not the right direction for you. Also, you really need to start working with enough people to even know who you want to market to. There are some exceptions to that, but it's very rare in the coaching space. Okay, so if you're just new to coaching, or if you've been coaching for a while, but you recently started your online business like in the last year, and you're wondering like, I've got all this social media engagement, why isn't this turning into business? Why isn't this turning into money for me? Don't count yourself out. Like, don't think that you don't have what it takes. You do, you're just using the wrong medium. And I see this happen often. So shift your focus to growing your email list. And that's, your email list is your community. It becomes your community. So community is really key for coaching. You want to start with community building, and email list is is the best way to do it. And then of course you can move people from your email list into more specific community groups that are private, right? So like you have people who are your ideal clients all in the same community. And then social media is just extra. So I hope that helps you. If it did, let me know and share it with somebody else who's a coach. And if you have questions about it or comments, just drop them here. and I will be sure to respond. Okay, I'll be back on Thursday with the number 4 most common mistakes coaches make in their online business and what you can do instead. See you later.